We got to keep it going on. And we'll call this one Life and Times, because Life and Times involves dates. It involves significant junctures in life. And we want to make sure that we always recount that. So I want to talk a little bit about some significant points in my life and things that kind of made me pay more attention to the specific moments I'm in at every moment. Graduated from college from Chapman University, I think on May 25th, 1997. And one of the gifts I got was Pullman luggage. I had never gotten luggage. Family friends gave me luggage and they said, you're going to need this luggage because you're going to be traveling. And so I was excited about that because look behind me, right? My whole life has had something to do with basketball. And some people say, oh, you talk too much about basketball. Well, I reckon a leopard would talk a lot about his spots if you had a conversation with him. So get off my back. Anyway, the first passport I ever had looked a lot different than this one. I got it around here somewhere, but I ain't gonna go get it. I'm not gonna go find it. And I was so excited when I got this one because this meant that the first one was expiring, and I started to think about all of the dates and all of the trips and all of the brief snippets of time in which I had actually gotten a chance to meet new people and travel places and learn and do things I never thought I'd do. I never thought that I would go so many places being from where I grew up, growing up in South LA. I was actually born in Culver City but lived in Inglewood the first early part of my life, and then at about age 10 we moved to South LA, back then known as South Central, riding on the RTD bus, if you're old enough to remember the Rough, Tough, and Dangerous, aka the Richard T. Davis Transit. And so growing up, you know, like I did, you know, in places where I did, I didn't think I'd ever travel, and got a chance to travel a little bit, got a chance to grow a goatee too. I don't know if you can see, I'm thinking about going back with the long beard, grow it out today, or maybe braid it. What I want to talk about today was really just dates in general. This is a journal, one of the first journals that I ever got as a gift from anybody. I got Bibles growing up and stuff, but nobody really ever challenged me to write down my thoughts. Until this one job I had in 1999, I actually left a job out at a company in Orange County. I used to commute to work 41 miles one way, and it was in Irvine, and I used to do business with this company that was a direct mailer, and they would mail out a lot of our mailing pieces. I was kind of responsible for executing the mailings, and I had to work with this third party that would come and pick up our mailings, and we'd mail to doctors and mental health professionals all over the nation and stuff. And so when you're doing that kind of work, you know, you deal with people on the phone a lot. And there was this one lady, and she was a nice lady. I think her name was Monica Lewis, and she worked for Orange County Direct Mail, and OCDM is what we called it. I called and I said, hey Monica, how's it going? And I'd be like, you know, we have a pickup, can you send a driver? And she'd be like, yeah, how's it going? How's life? How's everything? And we developed a friendship over the phone. Never saw this lady in person. She was pregnant at the time, her and her husband. I think they were expecting like their first child. And then one day on the horn, man, hey, I'm gonna be leaving this company. Monica, it's been great working with you. I feel like I know you. You know, we've talked on the phone like every day for the last couple of years, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, oh, I'm sad to hear you leaving and all that stuff. But she sent me this journal and a CD that I still have. It was like a bunch of hymns put to like jazz. Always kept this. It's a little old now. It's kind of getting raggedy. On the back, there's a passage of scripture. It simply says, give ear to my words, O Lord. Consider my meditation. Hearken unto the voice of my cry, my King and my God. For unto thee I will pray. My voice shalt thou hear. In the morning, O Lord, in the morning will I direct my prayer unto thee. And we'll look up Psalm 5, verses 1 through 3. And on that date, my history, it was pretty cool because it taught me to chronicle my thoughts. Now listen, the year is 2012, right? This is how far I am in it. When you look back at things you wrote, you really get to see the landscape, and you get to see the condition and climate of your heart at the time that you write things. You see pain, you see frustration, you see, sometimes you see positive things. Like I look back at some of the things I wrote and I go, man, that was a really fresh time in my life where I was doing the right things. I was trying to be who I really believed I was created to be. And sometimes, you know, you recount those things. I hear stories about athletes who do that too. They'll say, you know, when I'm playing well, I record everything. because when I get in a funk, they know the crisis is coming. They know that batter knows, that baseball player knows that one day they're not going to be batting 385. They're going to be batting 230, and they have to figure out how to get their swing back. And they say they go back to tape and they start looking at not just film, but they also look at journals. They say they look back. I want to know, what was I reading at that time? What was I eating at that time? What kind of rehearsals and repetitions was I engaging in, so I can kind of bring back the success that I was having before. I looked at some dates. September 9th, 2004. Six Man started on September 9th, 2004, and then I turned the page. It's August 17th, 2005 before I actually entered anything else about that vision, you know, to really like work with athletes and kind of recreate the athlete and stuff. And the next thing that happens about a year later is this, which you might recognize for some of you who read the book. So I can get it in focus. Lessons I've learned from not playing basketball. And this is actually where the book that I wrote that we call Six Man, the company Six Man, long before Six Man was even the name of the company, this is where it started. Monica Lewis gave me a great tool. I'm thankful for it. And I don't know if I'd be who I am if she hadn't gave me that journal. So remember your dates, write them down, write the times down. Know who you are when you're being who you are. You know, and the only way you're gonna do that is to actually be able to look back at times and reflect. Never underestimate the power of reflection. Be strong with active wisdom. Remember who created you? You didn't create yourself, in case you thought that. Seeds, if you want to subscribe on YouTube, you know where to find me. Hit me. Love, comments.
S-I-double-L, M-A-R-S-I-double-L, the M-A-R-S-I-double-L is the M-A-R-S, you know the rest. I got 7 ways to say something different like that. If you're allergic to the truth, then I suggest you keep your distance. Plug your ears and listen to the